So, what do you do when your spouse starts to, the looks start to fade a little bit? I mean, everybody does as you get older.
We get older.
Do you mention it, though? Let's say they're letting themselves go more than they should.
How shallow are you?
Well, I don't know. Do you bring it up? Do you bring it up? When we speak of shallow things, we like to bring in Shila.
Thank you.
From Wired 96.5. Hi, Shila. Now, I know you've been talking about this on the radio.
Yes, I actually just did this topic today.
Okay.
What are folks saying?
You know, it's funny because I do think, after researching this, looking at experts, talking to some experts, I think it is important to try to maintain your attractiveness for your partner. And should you communicate it? Absolutely, you should communicate it. And the other key is how you communicate it. Everyone's different. For me, I think you have to be very blunt with me. You're starting to let yourself go, shape up. Other people you need to be a little bit more delicate about because they're a little bit more sensitive. But absolutely communicate it.
So it'd say, hey, Shila, that hair is a mess.
Yes.
Say it to you that way?
Yeah, well, I'm different. I'm not as sensitive. For instance, I totally let myself go this year. Did you guys notice this?
Oh, we did, yeah. Well,
okay.
I was going to say something.
It's been abysmal. It's unacceptable.
I was in a relationship. My grays were starting to come in.
Toxic.
I didn't diet. I don't care about the way I dress anymore.
And you smelled.
And I smelled.
Well, I think there is a sweatpants disease. When you get into a relationship, you stop wearing the cute, this, that, you know, and then you just wear the sweatpants around the house and the T-shirts. And
here's the reality of the situation. When I tell people, hey, should you maintain your attractiveness? Is it important? And they're like, it shouldn't matter. You love me for my insides. Yes, that's very true, and it's all valid. However, reality sets in. And, after 5 years of marriage, 10 years of marriage, maybe it's just 3 years of a relationship, you get comfortable and you get complacent and you just...
True.
And it always sneaks up on you.
Maybe
the key is to attack it before it becomes an issue.
Let's go running together, honey, or something like that. Well, you've been talking about this all morning on our different social media. Danette D, Baker, Murphy, Jones, stop already.
Danette.
What does looks have to do with staying together? That is the problem with this world. Looks are not everything. Does he or she treat you well? Do you still love one another? Do not judge a book by its cover.
I agree, because to me it's like, if you want to do it for yourself, that's one thing, but if doing it for somebody else isn't good enough. You got to want to do it for yourself. Francis DeBarry-Naylor says, this is a very shallow question. This is what's wrong with society today. What is this teaching the next generation? Just by asking this question.
Let me give you guys a great example. There's a guy who wrote a blog. He was married at 26. He was a little overweight. 3 years into the marriage, he got very obese. And I'm sure there was other problems in the marriage. Wife served in divorce papers, okay? Well, he was distraught, depressed, naturally, as we all would be. And then all of a sudden, he needed to get back in the dating scene, get back out there. What is the #1 thing you do when you get back out in the dating scene? You go to the gym, you eat healthy, and you try to maintain your looks or get them back.
That's right.
What is the difference between doing that when you're in a relationship? So you don't get to the point where it may or may not become a factor in a breakup or divorce.
So, maybe the key here is pretend like your spouse is dead.
Or about to leave you. They're about to leave you.
They're about to leave you.
Fear at every moment.
Can I just also point out, this is not about becoming a size 2. This is not about that. This is about just personal maintenance, looking good, feeling good, going to the gym. Because then when you feel it on the inside, obviously, it comes out on the outside.
You put your wedding picture on the refrigerator or something like that.
For motivation?
Yeah.
Well, as a man, does that affect you? Because you guys are visual creatures.
Oh, yeah, well,
let's call a spade a spade. I'm visual, too. Yeah. But we'll stay with you a little longer because we're not as superficial as you guys.
That's very true. So we'll have a discussion about it. Hey, Shila, thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you.
You got it. Can I give you a topic for next week?
Please do.
A lot of people have been asking about this. Woman's 40 years old. She's not married, but she wants to have a kid. Have we now come to the point in society that everybody's okay with that? Well, I'll go adopt. I'm going to get artificial insemination, whatever.
My worst fear.
I have lots of friends that do it. Go do it.
All right, we'll talk about that next week. Get the email.